I'm working on a intro for Ryan, and then I'm going to be working on one for Ben. But I don't think I'm going to use Mark Dice's body parts because he'll probably flag my homie, because he's flagged my homie before. RAM preview. All right, there we go. And the stuff that I've been hearing about.
The Jews lived in Jerusalem during 1637 AD. At the end of the 11th century, that all ended when the Crusaders arrived. Pope Urban II made an announcement at the Council of Clermont, convened under his leadership. He claimed that holy sites in the East had been disrespected and Christian pilgrims had been assaulted. He called all of Europe to wage war. The Pope said that if you join this war, all your sins will be forgiven. Once they reached Jerusalem in 1099, they slaughtered Jews and Muslims who were living peacefully together. They spared no woman nor child. The Crusaders made Jerusalem their capital and established a Latin empire they needed to organize if the state they had founded were to survive. To that end, they set up military orders. One of those orders were the Templars. The Knights Templars found a book called the Kabbalah when the Templars installed themselves on the hill where the Temple of Solomon once stood. The origin of the Kabbalah goes back to ancient Egypt and has constituted the basis of magic, rituals, and secret sciences. Albert Pike writes in one of his works, Morals and Dogma, the avowed objects of the Templars was to protect the Christians who came to visit the holy places. The secret objectives was the rebuilding of the Temple of Solomon and to acquire influence and wealth, then to intrigue and at need fight to establish the Kabbalistic dogma. Albert Pike, 1871. The Templar were not to get married or to be with women. One of their seals were the figure of two knights on one horse. Although they maintained that this was a sign of brotherhood, in fact, it had another secret meaning according to the widespread belief. By 1186, a Muslim army called the Saladins took back Jerusalem, and they did not harm the civilian population, unlike the Templars. King Richard I, the so-called hero, aka Lionheart, sold the island of Cyprus to the Templars. According to historians, the Templars were great sailors. After losing Jerusalem and going to Cyprus, they sailed to Europe and emerged under a new name called Poor Fellow Soldiers of Christ. They would lend money and charge interest. They acquired castles. Kings became in debt to them. They became very influential. When Innocent II was elected Pope with their support, the first privilege he gave them was the right to build and run their own churches. They created the first churches with a Gothic architectural style. Within these churches were Masonic motifs of alchemy. In October 1307, King Philip of France and Pope Clement V arrested and tortured and killed him for accusations of Satanism and pagan beliefs. The Templars disappeared. Although they survived, a number of them fled to Scotland. They infiltrated the stonemason guilds. They became political and acquired a philosophical identity and turned into secret Masonic lodges. The Scottish Rite, the first Masonic lodge established by the Templars in Scotland, is the oldest known branch of Freemasonry. The Freemasons also started the Rose Croix organization, and one of the founders was Sir Francis Bacon. The Rosy Cross is a derivative of the Red Cross of the Templars. In addition to the Rose Croix were the secret Illuminati Society. The leaders of the Illuminati Society was Adam Weishaupt,